Libra, I'm going to do a very quick finding your North Star. Here's you in the idea of finding your North Star and the root skills that you have to support you, root skills that you have to support you. Two of Wands, so you've got the One and the Two of Wands, the Ace and the Two of Wands. What you need to let go of. Ten of Wands, gosh, okay. And how to find your North Star. Nine of Wands, all Wands, what a passionate time. And where it's leading. Oops, so we had two on the table together, which is jumping into the Wheel of Fortune to effect change with the Queen of Swords and then the Queen and then the King of Cups. Right, so very wandy. And you, in the idea of change, you want it. You've got the Ace of Wands, so you're feeling quite inspired, as if this is a kind of time for new creative ideas, passionate ideas, things to do with magic and passion and libido. And what the root skills you've got to support you are the Two of Wands. So your root skills are that you're able to look around, that you're kind of open-minded. You are interested in what's out there, and that your mind is open to looking at new opportunities, I would say. What you need to let go of is a sense of sort of obsession and carrying all the burdens and missing out on being where you need to be in your community. You need to let go of workaholism, if this is relevant to you, but also getting lost in the woods for the ideas. So it needs to become, I guess you need to pick one idea rather than holding on to all these different ideas. And how to find your North Star. This is an interesting card for this. It's the Nine of Wands. And what it says is that you need to have some boundaries, learn from previous mistakes. It won't be bad for you to hold people at a little bit of arm's length. Maybe you're somebody who has always identified as an empath. And I was reading a really interesting book. I still can't remember what it's called. How to Build the Life You Want or something. Anyway, I will put it in the notes. And what they were saying is that actually empaths who consider themselves to be rather good in life, and I understand that, I would probably say I'm empathetic, but actually what they're doing is, yes, it does feel nice when an empath takes care of you. They take some of the feelings. People scientifically have realised that this makes you feel a little bit better, but it makes the empath feel worse, and it doesn't challenge the person who's going through the hard time to actually make some action in order to get themselves out of this situation. So what this book was counselling was that we need compassion rather than empathy, and we need to learn to be compassionate. And compassion would indicate feeling the person, appreciating how the person felt badly, and then trying to find a way of helping them out of it, rather than just jumping into the feelings with them. So I think that's what that's talking about with you. It's saying you need to build a little bit of a defense against picking up on everybody else's feelings. And where this is leading is you using your, so if the Queen of Swords was in a good position, she would be compassionate, she would be clear thinking, honest, she would think of good things that you could do. She wouldn't be jumping in with the feelings with you. She's the opposite of the Queen of Cups, who would be the empath, would feel everything. But so it's saying where it's leading is this can make some change for you. This kind of clear thinking can move life forward, but it might make you feel a bit funny. King of Swords, King of Cups is still there. So it's either saying you're still going to feel a lot, or it's saying you might feel a bit kind of strange putting these boundaries in. Let's have a little comment from the Tarot of the Enchanted Forest. Two cards jump straight out. we've got the 10 of spells and the 2 of challenges. Let's have a look. So the 10 of spells, I think, is the 10 of wands, which we want you to give up. Let's just double check. It might be wanting to comment on that. 10 of spells. Meaning at a glance, yes, it is. Oh, just knocked a card off, it's fine. So it's exhaustion, burnout, disenchantment, regret in hindsight, burdens too big to bear. So it wants to comment on what you have to let go of. In the bleak pre-dawn light, 7 sisters, princesses, make their way home after a night of dancing in the forest. While only one night has passed in the mortal world, is that focusing? You can see them. It felt like many nights in the fairy realm where they were ensorcelled, I guess that means being under a spell. They danced until they could dance no more, yet still they danced on, caught in the merciless spell until the night was spent. Now the sisters are utterly depleted, almost in shock. All they care about now is finding their own bed, except for the youngest who tries to turn back, reaching out in longing, but her sister holds her fast and forces her forward. Everybody's body language speaks of profound exhaustion and regret. The enchantment is broken. The card signifies that your energies have been stretched far beyond their limits. The thing that gave you the most pleasure has become the burden. Your fire has burned out. Find your way back to safety and reevaluate your intentions before venturing out again. I wonder whether this is your ability to be so empathetic, because it feels nice helping people, and it feels lovely connecting and knowing that you're a source of help, but at one point it can tip into something that's too much. So I think that might be what we're talking about here. And then the 2 of challenges, stalemate, this is the 2 of swords, inability to move, to compromise, a pause for contemplation. That's it in its smallest sense. Travelling through the forest, a young man suddenly comes upon a magic mirror blocking his path. I don't know whether you can hear that. That's the bread van arriving, beeping his horn. The looking glass hangs in midair with no visible means of support and no way to remove it. The forest is thick with undergrowth here. He can't go forward, he can't go around, he doesn't want to go back, so he chooses the obvious solution. He looks into the mirror. He sees himself exactly as he is, no mystical vision or otherworldly entity, just his own startled, wide-eyed self. You may have gotten into a situation from which there's no obvious positive movement forward. This card signifies a pause for clarification, not about the situation, but about your place in it. You can't go any further on this path until you take a long look at yourself. Stop being in denial about your own faults and failings. Stop distracting yourself to avoid facing the truth. You will make better progress when you are clear about your true intentions. Maybe I think what that's saying is, I'm pretty sure what that's saying is, that's the feeling of when we kid ourselves that it's great to take on other people's burdens in the form of empathy. And actually, we need to have a good long hard look in the mirror and think, when we're feeling so burdened and a bit burnt out by other people, you could be a mother, a friend, I don't know, co-worker who takes everybody else's stuff. Is it that actually you have something to do with this, and that it feels kind of nice in that codependent way to take the feelings on, but actually it's not a true partnership. It's not good for them. And then we have the lovers. Take a new way to partnership, I would say. This is how to find your North Star. Boundaries are going to really unlock things for you. And how do we deal with this King of Cups? How do we make him feel a little bit less at sea? Yeah, just celebrate with your community. Celebrate, be happy rather than, like, I understand that you want to connect to your peers and your family and everything, but why don't you do it in a happy sense? Why don't you think about how you can celebrate when they've broken through from some sort of bad moment? Focus on celebrating with them. Don't need to delve into all the rubbish with them. See them getting better. See yourself celebrating with them. I think that is exactly how you're going to partner with those around you in the future with this new boundary that's your way forward. Enjoy your day. See you again soon.